The Terrifying Secret of the Pregnant Man, a spine-chilling tale. Is Mr. Lie at home? This incident happened when I was 8 years old. That day, the three of us were having breakfast. Who is it so early in the morning? Suddenly, I heard someone loudly calling my dad from the yard. It seems to be old Lou. Judging by the voice, it's Mr. Lou from our street. Little Lie, what's the matter? Why are you in such a hurry? My dad got up to open the door, and indeed, it was Mr. Lou. Our Lou had an accident. Quickly, take him to the hospital by car. Mr. Liu looked anxious and said his second son had an accident, begging my dad to drive him to the county hospital. What happened exactly? My dad saw Mr. Liu in a rush, and it seemed serious, so he put on his coat and went out with him. Liu didn't come back all night. After he came back this morning, he became like that. Mr. Liu was asked what happened, but he stuttered and didn't explain clearly. I also lost my appetite and left my meal to follow them outside. We have a four-wheeled vehicle at home, which some people may not know what it is now. It can be considered as a kind of utility vehicle. Why are you coming up? My dad shook the car, and seeing me following Mr. Liu into the car, he tried to shoo me away. I want to go too. I persuaded my dad to let me go with them. If he wants to go, let him go. Start the car quickly. Mr. Liu urged my dad to start the car because he was anxious, so I got in the car. Our two families live on the same street, and it only took about 2 minutes for the four-wheeled vehicle to reach Mr. Liu's doorstep. There were some people gathered at their door. Make way, everyone. Mr. Liu jumped out of the car and yelled at those people to step aside. When the crowd dispersed, I peered inside. Uncle Liu was lying on the ground, his wife holding him. Uncle Liu's stomach was swollen like he was pregnant. He was in so much pain, screaming loudly. Lift him onto the car. Careful, take it easy. Mr. Liu asked for help to lift Uncle Liu into the car. My dad stepped on the accelerator, and the car rushed towards the hospital with a rumbling sound. When we arrived at the county hospital, a few people carried Uncle Liu into the emergency room. The doctor said he needed gastric lavage, so they pushed him into the operating room. How did Liu end up like that? My dad asked Mr. Liu what exactly happened to Liu, causing him to become like that. I don't know what happened either. He said he was working the night shift last night, but he didn't come back all night. When he returned in the morning, he was in that state. Mr. Liu couldn't explain it clearly either. How did something happen to Liu that made him change like that? We can only wait for Liu to recover and ask him himself. After a few hours of struggling in the operating room, Liu finally stabilized and was taken to the ward. My dad and I stayed by his side the whole time. Son, what happened to you? It was only when Liu started feeling better that Mr. Liu asked him what exactly happened. Last night, Liu began to recount his ordeal from the previous night. That night, because a batch of goods arrived at the factory, they had to work overtime to unload them. Lao Wang, let's find a place to have a drink, shall we? After finishing unloading the goods, Liu felt a bit hungry, so he invited a colleague to have a drink. It's almost midnight. Let's do it another day. Your sister-in-law will be worried if it gets too late. With a family to take care of, who would go out to drink so late at night? Take it easy on the way. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. You take care too. They didn't end up having the drink and went home separately. Liu rode his bicycle towards home, humming a little tune, not in a hurry. While he was riding, he felt someone sit behind him. He turned his head and saw a young woman. Big brother, I finished work late. Can you give me a ride for a bit? Before he could respond, the woman spoke first, asking him for a ride. Where do you live? Liu didn't pay much attention and started pedaling with the woman. Just keep going straight. I'll tell you when we reach the place. The woman didn't specify where she lived either. Liu didn't inquire further. I arrived. After riding for a while, the woman suddenly said she had reached her destination and wanted to get off the bike. Liu stopped. "It's dark. You should take it slow." He wanted to advise the woman to be careful in the dark. Just as he turned around, the woman had disappeared without a trace. He didn't see where she went. Liu thought maybe it was too dark to see clearly, and the woman walked away quickly. He continued riding his bike towards home. After riding a few steps, 3 men suddenly appeared from the roadside. What do you want?" Late at night, Liu was startled. He thought, "I hope they're not robbers. Don't be afraid. You just took my sister home. She felt bad for not being able to thank you, so we came to invite you for a meal." One of the men said that the woman Liu had given a ride to was his sister. They wanted to thank Liu and invite him to their house for a meal. No need to be polite. It's already late. Liu breathed a sigh of relief. "No problem. The food is ready, and my house is not far ahead." The 3 men insisted on inviting Liu to their house for a meal and said the food was already prepared. Liu felt obliged and was also considering finding someone to have a drink with, so reluctantly, he followed them into the village. "How come there are so many abandoned houses in your village? No one lives here." After entering the village, Liu noticed that the village they lived in was particularly run down, with some houses even collapsed. "Our village is being relocated, and only our family is left. We're moving tomorrow." The leader of the men explained that their village was undergoing relocation, and most people had already moved. "This is my house. Please come in." As they spoke, they arrived at their house. "Please have a seat." There was indeed a table full of food and drinks in the house. "Oh, you're really too kind. It's not a big deal." Liu was pleasantly surprised and a little embarrassed by their hospitality. "Nowadays, there are not many good people like you." The leader of the men picked up a bottle of good wine and poured a glass for Liu. The 3 brothers also poured themselves a glass. "Here, let us brothers toast to you." "Oh, you guys are too kind. Cheers to Liu." Liu no longer hesitated, lifted his glass, and drank it all. "Here, let me toast you another glass." Just as he put down his glass, another person came to toast him. With delicious food and the warm hospitality of the 3 men, Liu couldn't stop drinking, glass after glass. They kept drinking until all the bottles on the table were empty. Liu was already unconscious from being drunk. Liu woke up the next morning in pain. He felt like his stomach was filled with rocks, throbbing in pain, and his stomach was greatly swollen. He wiped his mouth with his hand, covered in mud. Liu endured the pain and looked to the side, realizing that he was actually lying in a large pit. He couldn't figure out what was happening for a moment, but he endured the pain and tried to climb out of the pit. However, as soon as he poked his head out and looked around, he was dumbfounded. There was no village or houses. He was actually in a cemetery. Moreover, the graves in the cemetery had been dug open, with damaged coffins exposed. Startled, Liu ran back home. Liu stayed in the hospital for over a week. After that incident, he almost never worked overtime or traveled on dark roads again. He also became cautious about accepting invitations, as he had been thoroughly scared.